Pictures are shown all right. Perfect. Alrighty. Hey guys, welcome to another live stream. I don't have anything particularly grand planned for today. I was going to go to the lake because it's pretty hot up here, as you can tell by the fan blowing in the background. But I said, you know what? This is a golden opportunity for those of you that prefer my live streams over my regular content to have a live interaction. Some of you I can't talk today. Some of you have wanted more of this, and I figure, you know what? Let's give the fans what they want today. I can go to the lake any other time. I'm going to be living in this house for several more years. So welcome, all three of you, probably two of you, because YouTube sometimes counts me as one person watching me because I don't know, watch myself. But anyway, glad you guys can make it. Even if you decide to lurk, that's totally fine because I can just go ahead and blab and you can say, stop blabbing in the comments or whatever you need to do. Hello, Zoe. Glad you could make it. You were actually the person that I was thinking of first and foremost when doing this stream because I said, you know what? Zoe wants me to do more streams this year, so I'm going to try my best to make it happen. I don't know when the next one will be, but I'm definitely trying really hard to make it happen. Oh, okay. Not a problem. Don't worry, folks. For the rest of you, I'm still here just to hear me. What? Adam from CHWC? I met quite a few Adams. Could you remind me which CHWC it was that we met? Because there was an Adam that went with me on my very first conference. And then no, he didn't go. Wait, do you mean Adam from GRC, not CHWC? Because if it's the one from when I was working at the college, then I remember that one. But Mission Trip Adams, that's a good question. Either way, if you're a friend of mine, then I bet I'll remember you one way or another. If you just say like the tacos, Paul, it was the tacos. That I'll remember. Welcome back, Zoe. So as I was saying earlier, I was saying that you were the first person that I thought of when it came to who would I stream for. Oh, interesting. Well, it's nice that they've brought the whole crowd along. Yeah, those two have definitely been sticking around my channel a lot. Glad to know they found it okay. You'll also be glad to know that my back and shoulders are still, they're still going great. I can still lift my arms up really high. Yes, you probably saw a whole bunch of pit hair. I don't really care. When you're at the lake, everyone has pit hair. Yeah, I was trying to stream the last couple of nights, but it's been really hard because lately I've been really invested in this big project where I'm gathering a whole bunch of music from a bunch of Nintendo games and then putting it all together in a compilation because a lot of my friends really like the music of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but they don't know the context, so I've been trying to provide it to them. But also, like, usually when my sister gets home late, I'm like, oh, great. I'm an evening person, but the rest of my family has their evening stuff, so I gotta make sure that I'm accommodating everyone in my family. So, Adam, if you said it was 2018 that we met, would you mind telling me what your work project was? Because maybe I went to go see you when I was on break, because I was an associate staff member that year, and I had the privilege of traveling with the camp staff and taking pictures of some of the work sites. I would also be curious if you knew some of the people from Sacred Heart. I talk too fast for this. Dang, I wish there was a way I could slow down, but I don't know how to do that, folks. Unless you guys want me to look really boring and just go while I'm waiting for everything, but I don't think you want me to. I think also, like, when I'm talking while I'm waiting for people to type, sometimes that can start like 2 conversations at once. I was actually going to go swimming a couple of minutes ago, Zoe, but that's totally okay because I'm also supposed to stay out of the sunlight. So I just lost what I was going to say. I was going to wait for it to not only get darker, but just go to the area of the lake where there is shade, because it's a really small lake. It's just like a giant puddle, really. So it may not be the most sanitary swimming option, but it's better than nothing. But like I said, you guys like it when I stream. I like to stream more often, so I'll just go to the lake tomorrow if I'm really desperate. Yeah, working in the cafeteria was a blast. I actually don't think I did see your team then, but I think Adam, I think you were actually with my buddy Nick because he mentioned something about laying mulch. Do you remember? Do you remember Nick? He was kind of sort of quiet, but he also said you guys were like the best work team ever and you were like working in the woods at some point. Oh, I'm glad you finally got to go swimming, Zoe. I didn't even know you liked swimming. I don't know how much you'd like it here because the lake around here, like I said, because it's a giant puddle, that means that like if dirt kicks up in the front, then dirt is gonna be kicked up just about everywhere. So unless you like one of those gigantic lakes, like if you're in Michigan, maybe seeing Lake Huron, this lake might be a little bit much for you. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I used to hate swimming most of my life, but then I kind of realized that it was a stupid fear of mine and I needed to get over it. But as most of you know, I was abused during my teenage years, and water was one of the places where I was abused. So I thought abuse, recovery from abuse is going to start by going to the situation or the scenario where it happened. So in my case, going to the water. Yeah, especially if he talked about the order of the arrow, he would have brought that up. And he also might have worn like a camouflage type shirt at some points. Oh, that is so cool that you managed to find me. Oh man. I you guys, I don't know how much you guys know this, but whenever one of my mission trip buddies finds me in any form, I am on top of the world because I always keep thinking like that mission trip is one of those temporary things where people are like, hey, guess what, Paul? I'm going to be friends with you for a week and then I'm never going to speak to you again and I'm going to forget that you even happened. And it's like, I still have a notebook where I wrote the names of just about everyone I've ever met. And I sometimes will like go over stories in my head of like where I met someone. And even if I've only talked to them once, generally speaking, I can pinpoint almost everyone from a trip. So it just baffles me that people don't have as much of a memory as I do. Of course, there are some people I remember better than others, like those random girls from Pennsylvania on my second mission trip. I hardly remember any of them. But that's because they hardly talked to anyone to begin with. They were called the girls that don't exist by the people that actually had talked about them. And my friend Justin would say, like, hey, you want to meet my amazing friend? And then we'd all say, yeah, where is she? And he'd be like, I don't know. She seems to just vanish. Well, I've friended most of them on Facebook, but the problem is that a lot of times people don't know how to operate Facebook very well, or they start out really strong and then they're kind of just like they either block me or they start ignoring me because I'm like super excited as though the mission trip were still happening and they're just like, dude, I had to go back to school. Do you know how obnoxious that can get? And me not going to school, obviously I can't sympathize with them. So I don't know, maybe it's just me being ignorant. Well, I'm glad that this day could be the exception, Adam. Hopefully I can help you feel welcome on this channel. Are there any types of videos that you usually like to watch? Sound cut out. Let me think here. Adam, can you still hear me okay? I'm going to try plugging in my microphone again real quick. Okay. Oh dear, my webcam just froze. Okay, good. You can hear me. Zoe, can you still hear me, or was it just your headphones? All right, let me try plugging this